are back on the red carpet with Kelly Fong Rivas. What a wonderful panel discussion that was.
Thank you so much.
So, you have been with the Sacramento Asian Pacific Film Festival for some time. Tell us about that.
Oh, since 2019, I had a chance to MC, which was really delightful, and getting to be live again now after a few long years of pandemic is pretty exciting. It's such a wonderful festival to bring together people from not just within the Asian community and sharing stories about these incredible cultural events that we get to do, these different topics that we dive into, but also with others who may be interested in learning more about the Asian community and just how broad it is and the different things that we experience.
Very well said. Yes, and later on tonight we are going to be screening Lumpia with a Vengeance and have another panel with the filmmakers of that film. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay. Hi, I'm Christina Marie, and I'm reporting live for Access Sacramento at the Sacramento Asian Pacific Film Festival. And we are downtown at the B Street Theater inside the Sofia. I am here with filmmaker Jelly. Please tell me about your film today.
Hi, I'm the director of Not Erotic short film. It's a poetic short visual about the sexualization and fetishization of Asian women.
And that's a big problem in our world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So with your film, what kind of statement were you trying to make about that particular problem?
To kind of open up the conversation of just like POC, people of color, women of color, are not just, an eye candy. They're more than just that. Like, kind of get to know them more, their culture, not just preference is different, but also just really getting to know the roots of, whoever you're getting to know.
Filmmaking is such an interesting medium. As an artist, do you feel like from script to screen that you captured your vision?
Yes, I did. So my creative partner, Joe, they actually wrote the film. They wrote the poem already, but we did everything from pre-production to production within just 3 or 4 days. Yeah, 3 or 4 days. So we had to rewrite the whole poem. So they had the whole poem, but it was a little, when it comes to filmmaking or if you were going to make a visual, we had to have kind of like an intro, middle climax and a resolution. In the beginning, there was no resolution. So we kind of had to add that, like tweak back and forth. So filmmaking, adding that with art of like poetry is like such a beautiful thing. And then having that message come across to like a lot of audience is really important to us.
Well, it's important to us too. So thank you so much for bringing your film to us today. I'm so glad that our audience got to see it and that we are having a hybrid event. So hopefully more people will get to see it in addition. So thank you very much. We're going to give it back to the program now.
So I want to make sure that you get them answered because that's a beautiful crew right there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so let's scoot in a little bit in the middle, and then Kuya, go ahead if you want to introduce them.
Let me introduce you the cast and crew of Lumpia with a Vengeance, everyone. Playing Fillmore, Amadi Gray. He's also my extra, he's also my nephew, Thomas Braun. An artist and also our PA, the son of our producer, Diego Ariate. One of my original Kid Heroes cast members from the Day City, Joel, he plays Michael, Joel Kabatic. Get up for fearless producer Lisa Chong, everyone. Another fearless producer, Lawrence Iriate. Our executive producer, he plays Bob as well, Virender Singh. There's a lot of Easter eggs if you guys saw the original Lumpia movie, but the original Kuya, also the sniper, Carlos Baon. Co-producer and artist for the variant cover Sacramento. Give it up for Leroy David. One of my bridesmaids, also Leroy's sister, Crystal Jong. Crystal Jong. I was saying David. I was like, oh, serious. And of course, cast members. We got playing JR from Juvie. No, JR from the Pen, right? JR from the Pen. John P. Raposis. And of course, cast member, he's Tyrone. Edward Bayon, everyone. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Kuya Patricio. So what I want to do right now is get a chance. We had a huge staff that came in for volunteers to make this event happen. So I pulled them out for a quick minute. I would love for you to just give them some love. They're going to share the stage with you. If you're volunteers and you're sitting on my wing side, can you come on up? We would not be able to put this production together with the people that you're seeing come on stage. No, yeah, let's mix them in. Let's bring it on in. So if you see any of these faces that are walking up, they're really the behind the scenes, day in and day out, the sleepless hours. Some of them didn't even get to bed till 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning just to make sure that all the things and trimmings were done for this event today and tomorrow. So we just want to give love to them. If you could just give them shouts, claps. And if you're a volunteer, can you put your hand up and kind of wave to the crowd so then when they see you, they can say thank you to you. We love you, volunteers. We love you. We can't do this without you. And we know we pulled you out from the stuff, so don't make sure no one steals anything. You got to get back to your spots and positions. But again, thank you so much to our volunteers. Our big hearts are out to you for just your unconditional love for this event. All right, so we're going to get this party started with some Q&A. And what I would like to do is, do you want to do Q&A with your whole team, Kuya? Or would you like to just choose, you want to keep it open?
I'm following your lead.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so I have a couple questions. Does anyone have like a pressing one that they want to start with, or you want me to kick it off? Any hands up? On the 1s and 2s and the 3s and 4s? Okay, I'll start with mine. All right, so what an amazing impact this has made in our community, our Asian Pacific, Islander community. There's some Sacramento connections here, and so I'd love to be able for you to showcase and highlight because we're in the hometown of 916, Sacramento. Yep. And so can you kind of outline or maybe highlight?
Yeah, so of course, Amadi Gray from Sacramento, right? We have Step Up, Sacramento. Thomas, Vacaville, it counts, right? Vacaville. Virender Singh, our executive producer. Of course, Leroy, David, and Joel Kabatic,
Okay, awesome.
They all moved to Sacramento. I mean, they were from Bay City, They all end up
awesome, wonderful. All right, so and then how did this film come about?
I mean, really, our Kickstarter backers 9 years ago crowdfunded this crazy movie, an idea, and really willed this movie to existence. And for 9 years, I mean, really, we wanted to make a movie that was worthy of their support, And that was the hardest thing about this movie. We could have easily just made any film and just to really fulfill the rewards for these backers. But I think even though we felt like giving up and we always ran out of money, we always had our backers. We knew that we had our audience in mind. So ready for us at the finish line. As you can tell, I mean, in every city we've been to, the response has been amazing. You know, especially even we had virtual screenings coming out, but every city has come out and represent, and that's why I want to thank you guys for spending your Saturday night with us, because this movie exists because of you.
Absolutely. Now, was there an inspiration for it? Was somebody eating lumpia one day and was like, we're going to make a movie on lumpia?
I mean, again, this was the original Lumpia movie. How many people have seen the original Lumpia film? Yeah, so
Nice.
I mean, we call them our Lumpia lovers, and I mean, it started out with really a Desi neighborhood of kids. Ed, I grew up with Joel up here, Carlos. We made movies together every summer, and the original Lumpia movie was really our reunion movie. We came together thinking we could make a better movie, and we're better actors, and that was Lumpia 1. That movie became a cult classic. Variety ran a review, and it was a homemade movie. And so our backers wanted to see a sequel, and what you see is the result.
Wow, that's amazing. Just from an idea of and the love and passion and hard work. Questions? Our audience? All right.
They're still shell shocked. That movie was
yes,
fast paced.
yes. I see your hand.
The Captain
Please.
EO things. They're still.
Please. Uh-huh.
The crab powder made.
What was the crab powder made out of?
Honestly, it was just some masala, and with a little bit of some secret from I can't tell you, legal reasons from Pat, but yeah, no, that's what's in the happy crab powder. Yeah.
Great
I'll tell
question.
You. See me after. I'll tell you.
Great question. Any other questions in the crowd? Yes, I see you in the back. This gentleman with the blue mask. Yeah, does his dad like lumpias?
No, that's whose child is that? That's not my son.
Is that?
I think that's my son.
Yeah, that's your son.
He wants to know if dad.
Sorry, big reveal.
Okay, dad. Do you like lumpia?
Of course. Who doesn't love lumpia?
Oh, good question. And I had another hand up there. Yes,
Love
ma'am.
you, son.
Yeah, a lot of us, and I'll just admit, we're a bunch of comic book nerds. I mean, fully comic book nerds, and so a lot of this pulls inspiration from comic books, anime, manga, and that's why you see all the lines that coming through. So it was the biggest opportunity to nerd out, and that was one of the biggest agreements I had with Pat when he asked us to be producers. Is let's make our dream comic book film, and here's the result.
Wow, what an amazing story behind that. Thank you. Any other hands up? Yes, please. Yes, that's a great question. How much lumpia?
9,786.
That's a real number. I was like, is that in the
Somewhere around there.
Is that an accounting budget?
AJ's not here. AJ Coloma, our producer, he usually answers that. We always get that question, so it's like, but honestly, I always say the disclaimer. No, even though we use lumpia, no lumpia was ever wasted on set. It was harmed on set. It was actually eaten. I mean, it's a mixture of course, CG lumpia, and we had a prop lumpia. The star lumpia was actually an egg roll, a stunt lumpia. Stunt lumpia, that's a good one. A stunt lumpia. So yeah, no, but if it was real lumpia, it was never wasted. It was always eaten. Though I can't guarantee the stuffing was edible.
Okay, I have a piggyback. Was it lechon lumpia or baboy? Anong baboy or chicken or pork? What vegetarian?
Well, this is a good time to give shout out to Mark Munoz, UFC fighter, right? Rena, sisters of Rena. Yeah. So why I bring that up is because in order for us to book Mark Munoz, in our test shoot, our producer AJ Colomai actually created this pork sinigang lumpia. It's the bomb. Pork secret sinigang lumpia that which Mark Munoz actually fell in love eating. He could not stop eating it, and that's how we booked him. He signed on the dot. He signed on the movie, sealed the deal, and then when we actually started shooting, that person sinigang lumpia never showed up. It was like Vienna sausage lumpia. It was like Mungo's lumpia. It was like
How
yeah.
wonderful.
Sorry, Rena,
No,
but we got him.
That's wonderful. Yes, ate.
No, I was just saying. I was just telling. I was like sorry for it. I mean, if you've been following us, we just came back from Tidewater Comic Con. We were at WonderCon. We were at San Diego Comic Con last November. If you follow us, 500 people were turned away from the door. It was our best. San Diego Comic Con made us realize that even though our Filipino community was always going to be there to support us in all the Asian American film festivals we've been to, including here in Sacramento, our epiphany that at Comic Con that our real audience is really the nerd community, people like us. And I'm going to announce, I think I'm going to have Lawrence announce what we've been announcing last week, is that?
So our big dream was to bring it to the nerds and everybody who appreciates the fandom and all that. So the secret is, you guys are, but just keep it between us. I got the confirmation that we're going to Comic-Con.
Yes.
San Diego Comic-Con, y'all.
Wonderful.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Congratulations.
In July.
That's awesome. Okay. Any other questions out in the crowd? Did I miss a hand? Yes, I have one in the back. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you so very much.
Don't forget the P. That's a great question, because if you watch the original Lumpia movie, Tyrone here is the villain. You know, he's the one who you despise him. I mean, I think the challenge with this movie, and this is a testament to Edward really in convincing him to come back. I mean, if he had the acting chops, I didn't know, but really, can you make a character who was so hated in the first film be sympathetic to him? And I think a lot of what you see in the screen was really a testament to Edward. I mean, I know this guy, you know, since we're kids making home movies, but would you agree? I mean, Ed played that part perfectly and actually made that role, and you feel sorry for him in the end. I still feel do. But that was the challenge of it. How do you make that guy with all this stuff happening? You just have Ed Bayon play him. That's it.
Thank you. To be honest, playing the role of Tyrone was kind of a trip, because it's like, in the beginning, how do you become a villain and then transition to someone who, everyone feels bad for? So I remember my first shoot of Lumpia 2, when this thing was for real. Because when we started Lumpia 1, to be honest, it was like, filmed on camcorder. We weren't, no professional acting whatsoever. Like, Pat would just get, all the neighborhood kids together and try to put together these home videos. And to see the culture and where it's gone to professional actors, I feel truly blessed to be part of this movement. Thank you, Pat, for the opportunity and stuff.
I mean, I guess that moment when him and Danny Trejo go mano a mano in the bakery is really my favorite memory, even shooting the film. Because even when I'm shooting it, here he is, a non-professional actor, my childhood friend growing up, really face to face with a legendary, an iconic character, Machete, right? And that for me was like really how far have we gone that we're just a bunch of kids growing in the neighborhood, and all of a sudden Danny Trejo has joined the Sandlot and now playing with us. That for me speaks volumes. And he had the nerve to call Danny Trejo an old man, not even in the script. But I kept it because in that glimpse you saw Ed trying to act like really an actor, you know. Amazing, Ed. You survived that. And then Dan Trejo was so professional about it.
Any other questions? Yes, please in the back.
These guys, as the producer, Lisa and I saw what was in the script, but stuff that Ed did, Joey Aguila, who played the mayor, there's a lot of material that Pat just said, go. That's one of the greatest things that Pat had, is that working with the actors, the script is just a guide. It's just a skeleton. And even, Verinder here, like, his part was really, really small bits, and he kept on adding and adding and adding, and it really is a testament in the creative team. And so really, there's a lot, and there's a lot of bloopers and whatnot, but there's a lot of material that Ed and Verinder and Joey actually created so much on the spot. So there's a lot of material that it could have been a longer movie, but yeah, there was a lot of creativity that happened. One of the things I wanted to add, and I will be a testament to this because I really admire Ed for pulling off this with Danny Trejo. Lisa and I were the handlers of Danny Trejo. And what that meant was we were the only ones to actually bring him to set. And the presence of this man put awe and fear to the camera crew and everybody. And to watch Ed, what he put up there, I will say is amazing because he really went toe to toe. And it's just like, but I will say, the presence of Danny Trejo alone is like, this man held so much that everybody, the camera folks, we weren't too sure how we were going to handle this, but, and there Ed was. I mean, it's just phenomenal. And that's just a testament to all these creative folks, all these creative actors who just came out from the neighborhood and went for broke.
Great. I had a question right here in the front. Yes, please. Oh, yeah. What about the Lumpia launcher machine?
So we're talking to Nerf. We had a few Lumpia launchers, and actually Pat actually contacted folks to actually design these things. So we have several designs, both drawn in comic book and whatnot. But there are a few.
This movie took 2 years of production. We had to shut down after 1 year because we ran out of money. But at least we had Danny Trejo in the can. But the Lumpia launcher, actually, in year one, it was a deep fried oil kind of thing. And then I didn't like it. And then we redesigned it to be an air fryer. So this is how nerdy we were. We were trying to really figure out the science really behind the Lumpia fryer, and we've kept it a secret. We never showed it in a trailer because we wanted that to be a big moment. But we're still trying to figure it out. I mean, we're not kidding when we're saying Nerf or whatever. Like we're still trying to figure out and a prop master actually made a real thing that actually pops up. And I did it. Told him he didn't have to be. He didn't have to actually work. But our prop master Ray and Melody, based in Michigan, they did an awesome job doing that, and also the sniper gun. The sniper gun was actually real. I told them we don't have to really fire Lumpia, but they actually made it usable. And as you see, it was all mostly CG in the end.
Same thing with the video camera, Lumpia.
The spy camera, yeah, they made the spy camera.
Actually worked.
Yeah. And again, they went all out to make it real. In reality, we could have just made movie magic. Yeah.
Wow.
But it just tells you the crew, like, really, in order to join a crew, you just have to be a nerd at heart, you know? And we're kids at heart, so that's really how we all function.
How amazing. Do I have another? Yes, please.
So I just want to say props to all of you for getting this all out.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank,
thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
that.
you. My writer Bernard and I, that was the name that we just stuck. And Moon Moon didn't have a last name. No one, even Tran didn't have a last name in the first film. And that was the first name and the last name that came up. We never changed it. Once it became Moon Moon Magsaysay, James Magsaysay, we just stuck to it. Oh, all coincidence. Oh, yeah. I love the last name. It just stuck. I can't even think. Now that I know Moon was last name Magsaysay, I can't think of any other name that it could be.
Thank you for that. Any others? Did I miss anybody? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so everyone sings their real voice. Carlo Rickerford plays Jart. He's really an artist named J. Ritz, And so the part of crafting the screenplay was really because we know we have to use all the favors and resources we know. Was really writing to the performer's strengths. So having him sing a song Captain EO style was always part of the plan. In essence, actually, Moarte, the song was actually written so much early in the process. So there's a lot of time to do that. Even Amadi Gray here sang one of the tunes here, Critical, right? So even April Absinthe, who plays Rachel, she sings one of the theme song, Hungry for a Fight. So everyone is multi-talented, man. It's like hyphenated. So yeah, the song, even a lot of the soundtrack was created by musicians that we made music videos prior. So they owed me a favor because I did their music videos for free, including Apple the App from the Black Eyed Peas. That's why his song was the last one that she was dancing to. That was Apple the App.
Oh, I can gig it.
Yeah.
I can get down. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you for that. Yes.
Any film was shot in Sacramento?
Yeah, Sacramento filming, or maybe share the locations of.
In Sacramento?
2 locations.
And Daly City.
Oh,
Yes.
the little
we shot in
Filipino
Canada.
town in
We,
Daly
we shot
City
in-
and Los Angeles.
In Daly City, I opened their arms, my hometown. They were really.
Any other questions? Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Did you have a specific lumpia maker for the film?
We did Lumpia Wranglers. Right? We did our a prop master and a set. It's hard. I gotta tell you, Lumpia. We didn't have any divas on set from the performers, but the real diva was Lumpia because Lumpia was never ready when it was time to shoot. It was either too soggy, it was out too long, or we had to wait till it got deep fried. So it was never ready. It's like. Yeah, and there's a point where we needed to rush it. We had to nuke it, but we couldn't eat it because it's like nuked. You know what I mean? Like it's not the inside is not.
Right. So I feel like you guys probably just carry a deep fryer with you to all your shoots, right?
Maybe in the next movie there would be a budget for that.
You made a budget for a deep
we
fryer.
need a budget just for lumpia.
Gusto mo ng
frying.
lumpia? Dito na. It's it's already cooked there for you. Okay, any other ones? Okay, I have a question. What was the hardest challenge and roadblocks in making this film?
Funding.
Funding.
It's funny. I tell the story all the time about after the biggest no-no in the industry is that you shut down production to go in limbo because there's so many films that it's hard to restart it. And a lot of it is always funding, or if it's kids, they age and no one looks the same anymore. So when we shut down after year 1 and we ran out of money, we were scared. I don't want to relive those dark times, but I think what kept us going, as I mentioned, is that we knew that we had 700 backers waiting for this film, and they rallied against it. And anytime we had a Seed and Spark and crowdfunder, they came out and supported us. So yes, the big challenge was funding, but as you can see, our goal is to make it a fun film so that everyone enjoys it. And even though all of us, the funding was never there, again, there was a lot of love.
Yeah, that brings me to my next question then. What do you wish that your audience really takes away from this movie?
That anyone can be a hero. I think the biggest strength, and it's weird because I think to see a Filipino American hero, but also a villain on screen, it's you don't realize that power. We just came back from Virginia Beach last weekend, you know, and I don't know it's because we're so spoiled here on the West Coast in California, but it's just that image is so rare for them, you know, and for us to speak there and talk about this movie alone, just playing at the AMC theater for them was a very very big deal, and so. What do I take away? I don't know. I mean, I wish they enjoy it, and number two, they share it. Because if you know anything about Lumpia, you have to share it, right? And we rely on that for people to keep the thing going. Like, you are the lucky ones, yet there are other backers and people who are still waiting for us to come to their city. And we are still struggling to find a distributor and to go wider. So really, what I really want you guys to do, if you really love us and you really want other people and you want to share the Lumpia movie, you know, just tweet about it. Tell them what you think. You know, hopefully it's positive. And because we're being tracked right now, ever since we premiered at San Diego Comic-Con last November, we've been tracked. So our hopes is to follow the steps of Easter Sunday and be in theaters this fall.
Okay, so on that note, everyone take your phones out.
What's our hashtag? Sacramento. We should make one now.
So can you give them the Instagram page?
At Lumpia Movie.
So add
Twitter
at
or IG.
Lumpia Movie to your Instagram. You can also add Shaline Jane too.
Yeah. You can add Danny Trejo too.
Just gotta sneak. I'm sneaking them in there. Okay, so I got you. I'm following. Are you following? Okay. All right. And you guys are gonna post something tonight about this film festival.
Of course,
we'll do a group photo with everyone
and share all your stories about
so
us.
So then we can share it, and then make sure you go to the Asian Pacific Film Fest Instagram, and then you can share it again.
Yeah, we're gonna be in Las
Vegas. So that's how we're gonna support you.
Yeah, we're gonna be in Vegas next in June 18th.
And we're gonna do that. Is so Facebook or any other social media you want to share?
Lumpia Movie on Facebook, IG, Twitter. Yes.
Okay. All righty.
Request to put Lumpia with a Vengeance on the big screen. It's throw Lumpia on the big screen.
Oh, throw Lumpia on the big screen. So put it in your notes.
Because as you can see, this is a movie that there's a lot of time, a lot of special effects. I wanted to credit AJ, our producer, who's also our editor. He is probably one of the most greatest genius, along with Pat together. They are a team of a genius of editors that put this movie together with special effects. There are over 600 special effects sequences in this movie. It's the equivalent of Transformers #4. It's an equivalent of and it was done, a good portion of that came together during COVID, people helping us, volunteering their time. So to request this movie to be seen on the big screen, to capture that magic is important.
Is it throw Lumpia on the big screen?
Throw Lumpia on the big screen.
On the big screen.
Throw.
Okay. Yeah, throw it on the big screen.
Yeah, because
hashtag.
we don't just want to put it on a streaming service. We don't just want it to have it on all the streaming service. Yes, we do eventually. But we want you, the audience, to experience it just like the folks at WonderCon, Comic-Con, with an audience to hear it, to see the diversity, to see the nerdom come around, to see the different ages, the different cultures. Because when you come together like this, when you come together as a team, just like Lumpia itself, that's what it represents.
Right.
The wrapping together of the different ingredients, the different things that come together, and sharing it like the food.
Yeah, because Filipinos are about hospitality.
Yes. This is a food for the soul.
Absolutely.
The movie is a food for the soul and is a capture of a family. The first film is a neighborhood that came together, a group of kids, and come together to create something of a message about accepting your diversity. And we have a heroine, a female heroine, a male heroine, a male villain, and a female villainess.
Wow.
All Filipino in the most diverse way, in the most modern way, not the stereotypical way.
Right.
It's not a joke to see something so diverse. As I've said before, I have gone years as a comic book artist, as a person in the film industry, to see my Filipino culture in very stereotypical ways. There's no bandanas here. There's no bare feet here. There's no dragon queen here. Our villainess is strong. And she talks about the strength of the Filipino community. And our father is strong, talking about staying together, being a role model to his daughter, who is our hero, who stands up for modern women.
Wow.
She is not following the hero. She wants to become the hero. And where in the modern cinematography of Asian films and Filipino films specifically will you ever get that?
Thank you, Santo Niño.
And here we go.
God bless it.
Request to have this on the big screen. Not just
Yes.
catch it, but the big screen.
He's so inspirational. I'm like,
Thank
throw it on this big screen.
You need a producer like that right there.
I want to give a moment. Oh yes, Christina.
What advice would you give to young filmmakers that are looking to make their own movie, coming up in their own voice?
I mean, find your allies. Find people who believe in you, right? I think a lot of it. If I would not be making movies if not for my neighbors who literally put up with me, calling them in the middle of the afternoon. Hey, let's go shoot a movie together, right? And even throughout this whole process, finding people, even though you just have to find people who are like-minded, who are able to enable you to do what you want. And I think that's the hardest part: networking, finding those folks that believe in you.
But the number one thing is what Pat is proof of. Don't give up. Don't give up. This is a 7-year, 8-year journey for us. I mean, how many people do that? How many filmmakers quit? This film took us 8 years to do. Not because out of choice, but because we refuse to give up. Lisa and I went to go get the funding, and several of us tried to get funding. And it's amazing at the time how many people refused to have Lumpia companies refused to be part of this film. Wow. But now they want to be it.
Right.
So don't give up. You as a director, you as a creator, like Pat, like this team, you have to be your greatest advocate, because if you're giving up, then why should others follow?
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. That's powerful. Thank you for that question and answer. Yes. You have another one?
Who says we haven't?
Oh, wow. Video game in the making. I like it. Any other ones? All right, I want to give some time to who's on stage. Is there anyone that is here that would like to share anything to the audience, or maybe something you want to talk about? I know Kuya here has a comic book, and then you guys should all, yes, it's beautiful. Ate?
Hi, Lisa, one of the producers. I just wanted to say this was an amazing experience for us, and it's amazing that you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed it today. You know, as filmmakers, what we're really trying to do is engage our audience, and we think that making the world that we create for the screen as authentic as possible. And what you're seeing up there is what you're seeing behind the screen or behind the camera. So we showcase the talents of the people behind the camera, in front of the camera, and that's what made this a very powerful project. So wow. Thank you. Thank you for supporting us.
Thank you so much, Lisa. If anyone else has to share, did anyone lose a wallet? If you have lost a wallet, just make sure the bartender has it and is holding it for you. It's just to let you know. So if anyone ran out looking for their wallet or lost a wallet, we do have lost and found, and the bartender has it for you. Get maybe a drink afterwards too. Okay. Any other?
Well, I'll join in. So I'll keep it really short and quick. But just my name's Leroyd, and I'm co-producer and artist with Lumpia with a Vengeance. So Patricia and I go back many years, and so we were part of the first Lumpia project. And for Lumpia with a Vengeance, it was it was such a passion project, but years in the making. But what I'm holding here, this comic book, is so special because the comic book came after the movie. And Lawrence mentioned that we're comic book nerds from the beginning. So most people would think that, oh, we created a comic book and then the film, right? It was vice versa. After completing the film, we have a thing for merch, but I think the one thing that was missing was a comic book. And the comic books that we created, thanks to crowdfunding and our supporters, we were able to create 3 issues plus a spin-off and another spin-off, all because of the support that, from taking the film for, around the country for the past year. And coming here to Sacramento. So I'm Bay Area born and raised. My family and I just moved to Sacramento. Sacramento's always been second home to me. It's home now. And San Francisco, actually, yeah. So coming here to Sacramento was very special. Pat wanted me to do a Sacramento variant cover, which I'm super proud of because I've been wanting to have this theater premiere with all of us here and all of you, friends, family, new friends, and this is amazing. So outside, guys, if you head out, check out our merch, check out our comic book line. This is a Sacramento variant. Let's pick this up, guys. This is super limited edition. And Pat, did you want to add anything?
No, I mean, we've been expanding. We've been very fortunate that our Lumpia lovers and our backers crowdfunded the comic book, and now we're 4 issues deep now, and we have a 5th issue that got greenlit. And I think that's the reason why we're in San Diego Comic-Con. We've been able to expand the story beyond this. So issue 2 is an interlude. So you get to see stories that were happening during the film behind the scenes. So if you like the movie and want to know more about Bob, more about what happened, what's exactly going on with Maarte and Ja'art, it's all explained in the comic book series. And we're expanding it and with the hopes of continuing the story because it's now called the DFU, which stands for the Deep Fried Universe. So the Deep Fried Universe. And I do want to introduce a special star. He actually is the person who opens the comic book and closes it. So he's the first person you see open the comic book. My son, Logan Janelsa.
Hey, there we are. I love that this is a family film. And I think I even saw in there was like PG.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah,
It was in the corner.
Yeah, that's my initials.
Any other final thoughts?
So Lisa mentioned about the talent behind this project. The comic book series itself, it's not just 1 or 2 artists. It's literally a community of artists that were put together thanks to Lawrence, Pat, and everyone else. We all contributed to this comic book project. So supporting the film, you're supporting, the cast and crew, supporting the comic books, you're supporting a lot of artists that are featured in here. So come take a look at the comic books, take a look at the artist names. And yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, can we thank also the Sacramento Asian Pacific Film Festival,
Oh, yeah,
Jason,
absolutely.
John?
No, we are honored. We are so honored to have you.
And it's very important because I'm telling you, it is hard and competitive out in the film festivals.
Absolutely,
and
it is.
so anyone who welcomes us in, we have so much love for you guys. So
Oh
thank
yeah,
you,
that's why I was
Sacramento.
like, hey, I'm Pinay.
Thank
I
you.
have to host this, okay? I gotta represent. No, thank you so very much for being here, each and every one of you. And can you agree? Us being here tonight is changing. It's that one drop of the ocean that changes futures and lives. And we come to a media, a lot of digitalization right now. And our children and our families, we want to see positive, uplifting, funny, wholesome, inspirational films. And I think that we can all champion this. And so thank you so much for being here this evening. Make sure you stay around just a little bit for our guests. I'm pretty sure you want autographs or pictures and things like that. So that would be great. And they're going to see you. We're going to just do some closing announcements, and then we'll all be partying in the lobby right after this. Yeah, and just in here. Oh, yes. Did I? Are you coming out with another film, right? I'm hoping they're coming out with another one.
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole point of trying to, again, they're tracking us. And of course, yes, there's a long road to left. if we don't get a distributor by the time we hit Comic-Con in July, we do have plans to do it ourselves, coming out theaters in the fall. So that is, it's, you know, we did that with the debut 20 years ago. We did the whole grassroots thing, and you know, I think we know that there's an audience for this film. We're not going to lowball our cost, and we know our audience. I think that's the one thing we have going for us. We know who wants to watch this film. It's just that, do we have enough marketing dollars to reach and tell them? And that's why we rely on folks like you who do know about the movie, who've seen it, and spread the word for us, because,
Right.
yes. Yeah, yes.
How do we throw money
So
at you?
right now, we do have our fiscal sponsor, Film Independent. Film Independent is our fiscal sponsor, and yes, you can tax. What's the word? Yes, you can. We have that open up. That's why we have a lot of supporters who are still doing that, and to add to our distribution pot.
No, I still don't understand. I want to give you money. How do I give you money for
Go to our
this?
website. Yeah, you can lupiamovie.com. You can donate directly onto our fiscal sponsor.
Okay, great.
It's on
So
lupiamovie.com.
website.
Just donate.
Go on their website.
Don't give it to me, because then I might go use it and
For more
spend out.
lumpia. Oh wait, I have one final question about the lumpia thing. Okay, what are you dipping it in? Okay, because we're dipping back in this year as our theme. What do you dip your lumpia in?
I'm a sweet chili sauce person.
Sweet chili sauce?
Yeah, not banana ketchup.
Not banana
yeah,
ketchup.
yeah.
Okay, see, I had to
chili.
know. Okay, thank you
sweet.
so very much. A big round of applause for Lumpia with a Vengeance. Thank you so very much. Okay, before I get them off the stage,
Okay.
let's turn around and let's put take a picture, group picture with all of them. And yeah, this way. Yeah. So we're gonna turn, and then if you are on the stage, if you have your cell phone in your pocket, let's take multiple. And so Kuya can get one, and then do we have? I don't have a long enough arm, man. We'll do. Where's your selfie? No one has a selfie stick in here, huh? Okay, I know. I'll take one, and then do we have to get lower to get the back?
There you go. There you go.
Do we have to scoot up?
Look at that.
Okay. If you're in the back in the seats, raise your hand or do something back there. I feel like I got to scan.
It'll make it in so
We're gonna pan.
Yeah. Okay. So post that. Okay. All right. Thank you so very much. A big round of applause. Lumpia with a Vengeance. We love you. God bless each and every one of you.
If you guys want your NFT, just come see me. If you guys want your free NFT.
Kangen Water, Sacramento, Kusina Lumpia, and Ube Cafe. Thank you.
Our experienced partners, Clear Graphics and Printing, Giggle and Riot Photo Booths, and The Creative Space.
Supporting sponsors and partners, ABAS Law Foundation, ACC Senior Services, Access Sacramento, which is streaming live, Amado Khaya Foundation, the Asian Pacific Island Desi American Center at Sacramento State, the BULOSAN Center for Filipino Studies,
That's right, doing this one right here.
Cap City, City of Sacramento Office of Film and Media, PNDA Lahai Arts, and UCDAVIS Asian American Studies Program.
And we want to especially thank our presenting sponsors and partners, An Fung Law Corporation, API's Rise Fund, the Nichibe Foundation, our partners, and this venue right here, this beautiful, beautiful venue. Let's give it up for the Sofia.
Sofia means wisdom in Italian, and so thank you so very much. We're going to see you out in the lobby. That wraps up our night. If you are a pass holder today for Saturday, you want to make sure that you get your pass for Sunday tomorrow. We have a full packed day tomorrow that is going to be, it's just going to get better and better, but I know we won't top. We'll miss you, Lumpia. We will. And so make sure that you get a chance to buy tickets if you haven't done so already. We're going to see you back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
Shaline. Let's hear it. Let's give it up for everybody in the audience, everybody in the house.
Thank you so
coming
very
back
much.
out, trying to celebrate.
Drive home safe.
Get home safe.
Get home safe
Thank you
and
to
come
the
back
House of
tomorrow. We'll see you back on
Have a
day
great
2.
night.